go do that. But man, you've got to make sure that your teammate grabs that resource, and you've got to make sure that you know that they're not easy pickings for a double team, because in this map it's large enough where you can basically just keep going around in a circle and you can avoid the quad completely. And I don't think did we get a single quad kill on that last one?
I don't believe he did. And again, you know, especially in a map like this, the quad can either be we're gonna go out and kick some ass, or, and what it should have been in that last round, it should have been we're gonna grab all these items and there's nothing you can do about it.
Yeah.
And right now they're really more of the mindset, we have the quad, we're gonna go out and get us some blood. But right now, actually still, you know, for all I'm saying here, we're still looking at 43 to 41, and we're still 5.5 minutes, you know, away from the end of this, so, you know, I'm not fat, I'm no lady, and I'm definitely not singing yet.
Can you carry a tune? That's the important question. Yeah, I'm gonna watch Axiom for a little bit here. They're set up for quad. They both. Yeah, that's uncontested quad. So Dewey getting the frag on Kangoo. Marcus is
there we go.
Beautiful with that shotgun. He's running his own quad run, but without the power up.
Yeah, I think he's trying to get some retribution for, you know, missing that ambush back there. But now, they're pulling ahead by 1 frag. The last red did go to them, and as you said, you know, to do the math, folks, who's got control of the armor? Who's got control of the resources? Right now, top is on top of the red, but it's still 13 seconds away. We're not going to be seeing it here for a little while, but they're going to sit here. They're going to wait for it.
They're going to wait it out. And that's what you want to do. Now we're going to see a late showing. Dewey coming up late. Here's red. He's going to go to Kang. Oh, yeah, it will go. Not to Kangoo, but to Axiom instead.
Now notice there, just before Dewey came out there, the Mega was going to spawn just a couple more seconds. So Dewey could have made the grab from Mega, made that much more stronger, or he could have used the Mega as bait. And as it stands, Kangoo's going to be getting the Mega.
Right, and my question is, Dewey knew to run and get back to red armor in time. Where the hell was Marcus?
Vent, guys, get on vent.
Yeah, I mean it's kind of frustrating. I would say, especially when I think Marcus was in the room to see the red armor pick it up. So you know, he should just have his own internal timing. Like, I need to be back at red. I'll probably be joined by my teammate when I get there. You know, those things need to change, and there's still plenty of time left. And I realize for some reason I'm being very critical tonight. I really don't know why. Usually I'm a lot more forgiving, but I think
in reality this is probably one of the closest games we've seen consistently for, you know, this entire season.
Now
this has never been more than maybe
very close in score. I'll throw this out there though. I will throw this out there. It should not be close at all. CSQL should be fucking destroying top. I'm just going to throw that out there right now. If you could take all the mental errors that we've been calling out by both Dewey and Marcus, if you can remove those mental errors, easy win.
Absolutely. And again, it's just that one last piece. We're not talking about big fundamental stuff here. We're talking about the one little bit of communication, of coordination that you need to seal the deal here. But right now, you know, we've seen Marcus and Dewey doing extremely well, just shutting down top as far as, you know, shotgun play goes and keeping their quad runs out and all those things. But well, it's just been, you know, we'll call it one thing and we'll call it sloppy timing.
Yeah. And we're seeing red armor controlled currently by top. Let's go take a look. Marcus does have a bit of armor. He's showing up to red a little early, but let's see if he can hold on to... does he stay long enough? No, Dewey dies.
He's poking out.
Red armor is up. Is he going to leave it for Dewey? Dewey's
and
in the room.
Comes Dewey.
What the hell?
Oh!
Why isn't Dewey going straight for this red? I don't understand that decision by Dewey.
And he got a couple frags there. Yeah.
I mean, certainly Marcus would say, hey, the red's up, come get it. I'll protect you with my monstrous stack and weapons. That way we can both survive here rather than it being a tit-for-tat situation. Yeah, like I said, I'm going to say it again. CSQL should be winning this match, guys.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, that's a no-go for the quad.
There. And actually, even with that lag, Axiom, you know, as you said, made it a no-go situation. No-go situation with that. Now again, Red coming up here in 3 seconds. Let's see who's on top of it. Marcus moving in from the side, but no, it's going to be Dewey. That's going to be good for them. We're still within 3 frags. 1 minute warning left to go here. This could go back in Dewey's back in CSQL's favor. Now we're seeing Dewey creeping up the steps, going back around, passing
40
up.
seconds. He needs to make a move and not die. This is going to be difficult. Axiom getting the frag. Oh, and Dewey is double teamed. Can he pull off the pair? Easy pickings. Oh, but it's double team situation.
From shotgun.
Oh my goodness.
Now Dewey gets away. He still has 3 rockets left. Gets himself back up to 100.
They're down 3 frags.
But that soaked up so much time. So much time. Oh, that was
Axiom just got a frag too against Dewey. So I think, unless something amazing happens here. Wow. Axiom survives.
Red wins.
All right.
Jeez.
Least deaths there. That's going to be 25 for Axiom. He only got 17 frags. Kangoo with 43 frags, folks. Well done. Dewey with 35.
This was amazingly.
Deaths. Yeah.
This was amazingly close. I mean, this was neck and neck just about the whole way. And again, just one little tweak would have done it. CSQL taking their first loss. Their very, very first loss. They've already gone through, and let me bring this up. They've already taken out Evocation, Lords of Quake, and Clan Origin, just bam, bam, bam. But against Top, who have just started coming through this bracket from the bottom, they took them out. So now Top is setting up and looking good. And actually, you know, right from the beginning here, they still have 2 matches to go. But right now, they're on top of Evocation, on top of Lords of Quake, and setting up to totally dominate the rest of this. Now, it's going to come down between CSQL, Team SS, and, depending on how it goes, Top is going to be a heavy contender and definitely the team to watch.
Indeed. And you know, I have to say it's I know that I have a feeling that Marcus is going to take a look at this. I hope that he watches our broadcast. I mean, I realized that we were really critical. I'm usually not that critical, but it's one of those things where I kept scratching my head throughout the entire course of the match because I didn't understand the decisions. I didn't understand how you could get red armor once and then not be back there in 25 seconds for its respawn. Do they play Clan Arena mostly, maybe? And they're just not used to the timings? I'm not quite sure. Either way, they're going to need to figure that out because, like I said during the cast, CSQL should have beaten Top. At least should have gone to a 3rd match, hands down. Should have happened, if not for this mental error.
2v2, so. I know I've pointed this out in the past, but 2v2 TDM is a very unique playstyle. It nowhere near as chaotic as 4v4, but it requires, you know, such close Gemini level of coordination between the 2 players, and if you don't have that, it really stands out. And we saw that a little bit from CSQC. Actually, I think that's something they could definitely work on. It's something that, if they improved upon, they would definitely be dominating everybody in this bracket, because the shots that we saw pulled out of Dewey and Marcus, beautiful stuff. But without the communication, without, you know, not just bunching up, as I've said before, but being able to come in, attack from different angles, make sure your timing is good and appropriate to the situation, that is what counts in 2v2 TDM. So for those of you out there who think that 2v2 is, you know, not much to wank off about, you know, there it is right in front of your eyes. It requires a lot of communication, and seeing it done right, it's almost tear-inducing. It's beautiful.
It really is.
In a totally heterosexual way.
I've got one more thing I want to mention here. For those that have never been to holy shit.
That was wrong, actually. It was .net.
Oh.
Okay, it is .net. All right, cool. Thanks, Matt. All right. Okay, guys. So scratch that. It's tv.holyshit.net.